Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow, Russia, and welcome to a very anticipated video because everyone's been asking me, Russell, go and check out this Russian IKEA that just opened. So it's right behind me. We're going to go and check it out. The actual store location is inside Rumyantsevo Business Park. This huge building. This is actually part of 4 different buildings on this business park. It's actually the largest shopping business center in Europe. 480,000 square meters of shops. And the car park, now this is just the front one right here, which is not so big. The actual car park can hold 7,000 cars. Now, all these numbers are just mind-blowing, and how big this place is. Now, I'm just here to see one shop, but to get there, you've got to go past hundreds of others. So let's walk on inside and have a look around. So the store we actually want to go and see only opened a few days ago. So I was out of the country last week, so I wasn't able to be here for the grand opening, but I'm here now and I'm curious myself what it's like. This is actually the store's sign right on the building. I just noticed it walking by. I was wondering if I was going to see some kind of signage. The store's called Good Lakk, not Good Luck, Good Lakk. Walking in on the ground floor, the first thing you're kind of confronted with is the sheer amount of furniture stores there are. Now, these are all different companies that are sort of inside the building, operating independently. So some of them are actually physically the companies themselves that are the brands of furniture. And some of them are multi-brand furniture stores. We'll also see just off in the back some of the kitchen designers and the different brands of kitchens that you can get. Now we need to go up to level 3. So let's find the escalators and head on upstairs. Now the store that we want to go to is in building A right here, and have a look. B, C, D, E. There is that many stores. Now, a good way to kind of realize how big this place is, they've even got the lines on the floor here to direct you to certain departments within this business park. I'm going to keep saying business park. I can't even see the end of the building. It just keeps on going, and then there's just brand after brand after brand with each of their kind of companies' designs inside. It is kind of mind-blowing. If I came here with my wife, we'd be here for the whole day trying to find something. Now, of course, if you're in the market to buy new furniture, this is where you'd come to. You know, this is the one-stop shopping center that's got absolutely every brand, every designer, and you can shop till your heart's content. I think for me it's a bit overwhelming. I've only just walked in here and there's already too many stores to look at, and I'm only here to see one of them. After walking in a few circles, I finally found a level 3, and before I even get to the store, have a look at how many tables there are right here. These are just the tables that you can buy from different designers. Now, I might seem like I'm a little bit smiling and happy, but you know, as a person that's worked in retail all his life, you know, to see everything in one place like this, it's pretty cool. It's probably overwhelming if you're a shopper, but I mean, how many tables could you possibly choose from? Then walking on a little bit further here, you can even kind of set a mood in your apartment or in your house and have this kind of classic wood look. You know, there is kind of the antique look furniture that you can get as well. A lot of people want a certain design style in their house or their apartment, and walking around here, there is no end to the amount of concepts of furniture that you can get. And then if you're looking for something for your kitchen, they have individual kitchen stores where they can custom design a kitchen for you. And these stores just keep going and going. There's not a few of them. There is hundreds of them. And this is actually the walk bridge to the next building. We want to find Good Lakk. The one thing that all of these different stores tend to do is set kind of the mood of a room and build out the room exactly how you could have it in your house, you know, or your apartment. And sort of each of these little businesses basically have set out, you know, kind of a bedroom concept, a lounge room concept, and then let you imagine what your house would look like. Have a look at some of the different designs here. These kind of ornate furniture pieces. And then you've kind of got the modern mixed with the old, all in the same place. And after walking around for maybe 30 minutes, I finally found Good Lakk. Now, the Good Lakk name is kind of interesting because the word lakk was one of the furniture items of IKEA. And this is kind of how the name came about. And I'm pretty sure if anyone's been to an IKEA furniture store before, everything you're seeing is going to look very familiar. So the actual store itself is not particularly big. It's 3,000 square meters in size. Now, we can pretty much walk around the store in a few minutes. The one thing that a lot of people probably don't understand about the IKEA concept that was in Russia was IKEA actually had factories in Russia. They had 4 different factories. They also had the timber and milling facilities as well. They had the forestry where they were actually taking the trees, milling the wood and making the furniture, all inside Russia. And then a very large percentage of what they produced in the IKEA factories was made for export and not necessarily for domestic sale. And a lot of people have kind of missed this as part of IKEA leaving Russia. And a lot of the IKEA stores around the world were basically sourcing some of their goods from the Russian factories. Now I feel like I'm in an IKEA now with the arrows on the floor. The actual store itself is very much open concept, and this is what they're actually going for. They don't want to get you lost walking around. If you've actually been to any IKEA anywhere in the world, everything here will look incredibly similar. Basically, all of the furniture that you're seeing here is from a factory either in Russia or Belarus, predominantly in Russia. And these were the factories that were producing the furniture for IKEA. Now, this company that started this store is basically sourcing all of their products from the companies that were producing the goods for IKEA. And they've changed the names of some of the items slightly. I'm sure there's certain wordings that they can and can't use, but this is all furniture that was produced in Russia at factories that were making stuff for IKEA. Now, I know I might be repeating myself a few times. I want to make sure I can get this explanation out. The staff and the management of this company are definitely not hiding the fact that what they've created here is essentially a concept store, you know, using the furniture from IKEA. We can even see the sharks right here. Look at that. That's a little bit strange seeing 2 sharks in bed, but you know, this is an IKEA store. Now, this particular location is the first one in Russia. They do have a plan to build out 1,000 stores in the coming year or so. It's just a matter of sourcing or finding locations that can work for this concept. And slowly, as they build more stores, the locations will get bigger and they'll have more choices of products. This particular location only has 25% of all the items that are available from this store. The other 75% are all online. Russians like to do online shopping, like I think a lot of people around the world do. So, you know, it's possible that you can basically order something and have it delivered. And I think, again, as we walk around, a lot of the items will look very, very familiar now. You know, these are the exact products that were from the factories that were selling the items in IKEA in Russia. And then depending on where you are in the world watching this from, these are maybe items that were in the same IKEAs where you live. I definitely recognize these drawers. We actually had them in our old apartment here in Moscow. Even in Australia, we had the same drawers. These two drawers were our side tables in our apartment in Australia. One of the things that IKEA did very well, if you've ever walked around one of their stores, was they were able to create this kind of feeling of what your bedroom might look like or your lounge room look like. And this is exactly what they've done here in this store. Now, of course, this isn't nearly the size of what an IKEA would be, but if you were going to do like a kind of home office, you know, this is the kind of look. And then I guess the dining room over here and lounge room, right down to the fluffy slippers. Now, if my wife is watching this, she might recognize this sofa. We had the grey version of this in our house in Australia. Yeah, it's very interesting when you come into this store and, you know, previously in IKEA, you know, so many things that look so familiar. And again, everything that you see here is from Russian factories or Russian companies that were producing goods for IKEA. So, you know, IKEA didn't make everything. No, they didn't make literally everything in the store. They used third-party companies that produced the furniture for IKEA. So this company that set up this store has basically approached those companies and said, you know, we'd like to work with you. We'd like to open a store like you see here, Good Lakk. And we'd like you to produce the furniture exactly like you were, but we'll take it and sell it in our stores under this open concept system. I hope the staff aren't going to get too embarrassed as I film them here. They've seen me walk around a few times. So all the staff in this store were actually IKEA employees before when IKEA was open in Russia. And now, of course, all the locations are closed. And at one point, IKEA had as many as 10,000 employees throughout all of Russia. And as this stores expand, the plan is to basically bring back as many of the IKEA staff as they can, you know, where they've got the experience and knowledge of running a furniture store like this. Perfect, you know, it's such a great idea. And you know, one of the store staff were talking to me earlier about, you know, the idea by, you know, using Russian factories, because a lot of these factories that were producing for IKEA stopped producing furniture when IKEA said, you know, we're not going to continue opening. So this company is also supporting the economy in a larger scale by, you know, sourcing the goods from these factories that, you know, now don't have anywhere to sort of sell them onto, and, you know, beyond the IKEA in Russia. Now, if you're a little concerned there's not any shoppers here, this is Friday afternoon when I'm walking around here. This actual Rumyantsevo business park is actually very close to where I live. So I've actually been here quite a few times before. There is actually a really nice supermarket here as well where you can do some nice food shopping. And this particular business park, you know, it doesn't ever really feel busy because it's just so huge. You know, 400,000 square meters of shops. You know, you can have thousands of people here, 7,000 cars in the car park, and it still doesn't feel busy. You know, the thing with furniture shopping, you know, it's not like shopping center traffic. It's not like supermarket traffic where it would seem busy. So, you know, there's a few people wandering around, but there is a lot more people here than what it looks like. I do have a question for everybody who's watching, you know, who've watched the channel for, you know, a couple of years now, and, you know, the different types of videos that I make, particularly a lot of the retail related videos. I mean, walking in here, I mean, it is essentially IKEA furniture. This is all made at the factories that were making goods for IKEA. You know, there's a lot of similarities in the look of the store. I mean, this is a smaller version. You know, it's not the full line IKEA that we probably walked around before, but doesn't matter that IKEA's not here. You know, it doesn't matter that you're now in Good Lakk, as the name of the store is called, but you can buy exactly the drawers that were made in the same factory that IKEA was making them. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people who are going to be IKEA fans and are so happy that these stores have opened, you know, and then there's obviously going to be people, you know, who are going to be very upset that, you know, their Russian companies come along and try to, you know, let's say the word steal the concept of IKEA. But, you know, this is what I'm curious about with the, you know, the comments on this video. I mean, does it matter the name of the store outside? You know, is it the furniture that you're after? Is it the design? Is it the manufacturing? Is it the quality? I mean, this is IKEA furniture in Russia. Just the name on the store is different. Okay, everybody, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you found this interesting. Now, I know a lot of people did send me messages, and if you're part of the Traveling with Russell Telegram channel, a lot of people asked me to come here and have a look around and let you know what I thought. So I hope this video kind of settles that question for everybody. It is very interesting. You know, this business park itself where I am here is just huge. And until you come here, even if you're from Russia, you know, it's just hard to kind of grasp how big it is and how many options for furniture there are. You know, so the shoppers who are going to come to Good Lakk really are coming for this IKEA concept and this IKEA design that we know so well. Maybe you're coming just for the shark. I don't know. So yeah, I hope this video was interesting. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give it a thumbs down. No matter what video I make, there's thumbs down on videos. If it's a park video, if it's a supermarket video, if it's an apartment tour video. So I can't really grasp this thumbs up and thumbs down thing, but if you liked it, thumbs up. Post a comment, let me know what you think. I did ask a few questions through the video. You know, let me know what your ideas and thoughts are on this kind of store. I mean, actually, do you like this smaller version of IKEA? I think this is kind of neat that you don't have to go to the entire multi-level IKEA to do your shopping. You can walk in, order the item that you want, have it delivered, or take it here from the store. And you don't have to spend hours on end walking around seamlessly, maybe even getting lost in the store. So I like this sort of smaller version. This is more suiting to me. You know, come in, find what I want, order it, buy it, get out of here. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk around a little bit more here and see what I can find, if there's something interesting to make another video. Thanks everybody for watching Traveling with Russell. Thanks for being a subscriber. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers on the channel. Very, very, very close. So hopefully this month or so we should get there. So let's see. And then we'll have a nice live stream and a celebration of that. Thanks everybody. I put another video for you to watch. Maybe you want to check out the Swed House video that I did. Another concept that follows the IKEA branding. I'll put that video for you to watch right after this one. You can click that right away, and I'm off on another adventure. Bye everybody.